And we're recording, so off you go, Scott.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Today is September 30th. Alan mentioned this is our last September webinar, which is pretty crazy that tomorrow is October. And October brings new things for the Town Hall and NorCal SBDC. We are going to go to Wednesday webinars only, unless there's a bigger demand and there's more to be asked from us. But we're going to go to Wednesdays next week. So we'll have October 7th will be next week's first Wednesday only webinar. So we're kind of gonna slow down. I thought we were gonna hit 100, but we're not. We're gonna probably maybe graze maybe 70, 80 sessions before we end the year. This is our 64th session. My name is Scott Rogowski. I'm the director of the Finance Center for Northern California SBDC, Small Business Development Center. And this is our disaster relief loans update, COVID and fires now. And then also we have David Castaneda from the Sacramento District Office, as well as Carrie Ellenwood, that is going to talk to us about the SBA loans today. And they're going to go into that presentations, and then we'll do a lot of Q&A. So Northern California SBDCs, we've been around 40 years this year. And because of our funding from SBA, Small Business Administration, and the Governor's Office of Economic Development, called GoBiz in California, we come to business owners and organizations at no cost. So there's no cost to work with us. We offer no cost one-on-one confidential advising and coaching and hand-holding. We also offer webinars and educational events such as these, and then the other ones that Alan goes over as far as like e-commerce and restaurants. And we offer all that at no cost to you. At the Finance Center, we specialize in helping businesses access capital, and we specialize in getting loans for small businesses around helping you put all your financials together, helping you match your needs that you want to accomplish around lending with the right lenders or the right funders. And again, my name is Scott Rogowski. I'm the director. We have Sunita Maharaj. She's the associate director on the call. She worked with SBA district office in Sacramento today to get them on the call and talk about their loan programs. And they're going to kind of go over that all encompassing and what that means. As we move on, this is our agenda. We have a disclaimer that we like to read every time. We're going to go over a chart around the COVID and the fire EIDLs, economic injury disaster loan, the parameters within both. Just a quick slide on the PPP, Paycheck Protection Program required documents, upcoming webinars by Alan, and then SBA loan overviews by David and Carrie. All right, so to go over the disclaimer, things are changing all the time. When we put this together, it was correct, but things are changing all the time. EIDL is open. Today is not the last day for EIDL. Today is not the last day for EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan. You can apply for the EIDL from now to the end of the year. It does not expire today, regardless of what you see on the application. It's open to all businesses, agriculture, sole props, even 501c3s, C4s, and C6s. You know who you are. If you don't, we can help you. You can no longer get an EIDL advance of $1,000 to $10,000. You can no longer get an EIDL advance. Please don't hesitate to apply for the EIDL or reconsider your denial if you were declined or get stuck in the process. Please don't hesitate to apply or to reach out to us and call us and tell us, hey, I need to know what's going on with my EIDL. We can help you. The Paycheck Protection Program, that closed as of Sunday, August 8th, so almost 2 months ago. And we're still waiting to hear from Congress to see what may or may not come next. So around the COVID and the fire EIDL parameters, the rates are very similar. I think if this chart is wrong, unfortunately, but I think for the EIDL COVID, the rate for for-profit is 3.75%. For nonprofits, it's 2.75%. For EIDL fire, it's 3% for for-profits, it's supposed to be 3%, and 2.75% for nonprofits. The only difference is 3% for fire, idle, for-profit, 3.75 for for-profit, idle, COVID. They're both 30 years. The idle fire is 6 months deferred. Interest does accrue. The idle COVID is 11 months deferred. Interest does accrue. The collateral is very similar. You have to provide collateral over $25,000 for either loan. A personal guarantee is not required for the idle COVID unless it's $200,000 or more. If you're 20% or more ownership of a business, you are required for a personal guarantee. On the fire idle, neither one of them are forgivable. So this is a loan, you get to pay it off. It's a really good rate and really good terms. You're allowed to use the money for all operating expenses, cost of goods, whatever it takes to run and operate your business. Also known as working capital. So whatever it takes to operate your business or working capital, similar, same thing. It's the same thing if you're wondering what that is. Just to cover all ordinary business expenses. And what you can't use the money for is, so if you're looking to buy equipment or looking to kind of pay off full debt, you're not allowed to do that. You can make your monthly payments. If you need to buy equipment, that has to come from other means of monies, maybe like an SBA loan that David's going to talk about later. But it cannot come from either idle COVID or idle fire. The required documents for PPP. This is the application, hasn't changed for the last couple of months. And then this is the instructions on how to fill out the application. If you need help with that, we can help you with that at no cost. If you need help talking to your lender or getting access to your lender to figure out how to apply for this, there are lenders in our marketplace in Northern California that are talking about how to help you fill this out and to apply for SBA for forgiveness. All right, so we made it to our upcoming webinars for NorCal SBDC. So Alan's gonna go over this and talk about what's going on.
So I'm afraid some of you missed the fantastic one we had yesterday on Shopify. So if people wanted to launch a Shopify site, we had Megan Spalding from the Shasta Cascade Center take us through what you need to do to get one up and running. It's really simple, really great. And if anyone wants interested in seeing that, just let me know and I'll throw the recording information into the chat for that. Tomorrow we've got Paul Barzo. Obviously, cash has been tight for everybody for a while with a little income. Managing and forecasting that cash flow when things are where they are right now with COVID and the fires is even more important. He's got some strategies and techniques that will help you plan to do that, and also a spreadsheet that he will share to help you with that. If anyone's thinking of launching or growing a local cottage food business, our restaurant team have 2 sessions in next week and the week after on how to launch at one of those businesses. And then Sean Baker, our e-commerce expert, will be doing his great short presentation on how to grow your business online and generate sales, which is pretty much everything you need to know to work out what you need to know about getting online and starting to generate some sales and getting some revenue. That's what's going on, being done by the region at a regional level. Of course, the centers are doing a whole bunch of stuff themselves. There's 30 odd centers with 25 odd centers. We're covering the 30 counties. We are doing a whole bunch of stuff, and you can look at all of them, see what they're all doing beyond what you're seeing up on there by looking at SBDC events/network calendar. So take a look there and you'll see it all.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate that. So SBA Support. So this is the disaster number hasn't changed. Really, it's 800-659-2955. You can email them at disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. That's for your application with the EIDL. So if you applied, you want to know what's going on, you can call them. If you are trying to reconsider your the decision on your loan, like if it was declined or in limbo, you can email them here at pdcrecons@sba.gov. And then if you have questions about servicing, you can email them at El Paso DLSC@sba.gov. or you can call them at 800-487-6019. The servicing is, I had a request yesterday for a gentleman that wanted to change, for some reason he wanted to change his EIDL from one LLC to another LLC because he purchased the building and switched the name. And that is all possible by contacting the servicing center. The servicing center can help you make your payments. They can help you understand the interest, how it accrues. They can help you understand all that within the EIDL. They have all the information. They just happen to be in Texas. All right, so upcoming webinars, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are going to Wednesday only webinars, and that starts next week. So October 7th, we are, instead of having the attorneys every week, on Wednesday, we are going to have them every other week. And that is the case attorney team. They used to be called Case Force, now they're called Case, but we still like to call them Case Force. And that is the Attorney Coalition. So October 14th, the next Wednesday, we're going to go to disaster loan updates, and we'll have a guest presenter. We're not sure who that is at this time, but we will have somebody. We'll do a really good job marketing it and promoting it, so you're well aware if it's going to be HR or credit repair or marketing or e-commerce or other loans. October 21st, we'll go back to the attorneys, and then October 28th, we'll have a guest speaker. So that's what we're going to start doing. All right, awesome. So we are now at the SBA guest presenter. We have David Castaneda. He's an economic development specialist out of the Sacramento district office. We also have the interim deputy director, Carrie Ellenwood, from the same office of Sacramento, who may or may not talk, or I don't know if she's going to talk. But David's going to present about the loans. Unless Carrie, is there an update you want to talk about for SBA?
Yes, Scott, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I just want to let everyone know that in the fire disasters in California, they have added Santa Barbara County, and for any of you up there in Siskiyou County, they are doing a review of the damage, and SBA and FEMA are working on that now, and there may be some additional information forthcoming on that particular situation up there. And that was all I wanted to add on the fires. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Carrie. Appreciate it. Thanks for the update, the current update on the fires. Appreciate that.
Okay, well, thank you, Scott, for having us on today. And thank you, Sunita, for working with us to having us do a little presentation today. So the SBA today will be doing an overview about SBA programs and services. We will talk about our loan guarantee program, but that's not the only focus we'll be on. And I'll also be referring to my coworker, Carrie Ellenwood. She's the interim deputy director on some of the things. So Carrie, every now and then I'll be calling on you, or if you want to pitch in, Carrie, feel free to do that. Okay, so as Scott mentioned, the Paycheck Protection Program, part of our economic relief through the SBA, that has closed as of August 8th. But as Scott mentioned, we still have the economic injury disaster loan, which is the EIDL loan, and that will be ongoing, okay? And he did talk about the interest rate of 3.75 for for-profit business and 2.75% for nonprofits, and how that all works out. The best thing, though, that we have is the SBDC Finance Center. We're very fortunate to have such a center with a team of experts that can help individuals through all this. So if you're interested in applying for this, we at the SBA all the time refer individuals to our SBDC Finance Center up here in Northern California. So the other program that the SBA has for the disaster loans, again, especially in California, all these fires that are going on right now. So as Carrie mentioned, there are more counties being added due to the fires. So SBA, again, through our website, you can find out if your county is in a declared disaster zone. Okay, so only if the SBA declares it your county in a disaster zone, then you can apply for one of these economic injury disaster loans or a physical disaster loan. And this is not just for businesses. This is also open to people of the community that are homeowners, renters, and that are non-business owners. So this is open to the public, okay? So we still have those programs going on. And again, it's just not for California. This is all throughout United States for other disasters. So that is still ongoing. One of the other programs that, again, we ran through some deadlines. We had a Community Advantage Recovery Loan Program. That particular loan program, again, did sunset as of September 27th. But again, we still have the EIDL program that is going on. So we just want to make you aware of the programs that did sunset already. Okay, so those first couple slides were about our economic relief loans that we have to help not only small businesses, but also individuals that are non-business owners to get back on their feet, whether you're a homeowner or a renter. So those are the programs that we have. Now, this slide right here is our normal SBA loan guarantee program we have. So we have, first is the microloan program, and that's a program that goes up to $50,000. These programs are handled for the SBA by nonprofit lenders. And in the Northern California area, we have Opening Doors in the greater Sacramento area that runs this for the SBA. So those loans are from $500 to $50,000. And again, those are intended to help individuals that live in the general area to help them get loans to usually start up a business. Then one of our biggest programs nationwide is the 7A loan program. And this is where we partner with lenders, and these are national banks, community banks, credit unions, to help get capital out to the community, to entrepreneurs, small business owners. And again, this is a partnership with these lenders. So the way this program works is that the borrower would go to a lender to apply for a loan. Once the lender approves the borrower, then the borrower gets the money from the bank, and then the borrower pays the bank back or the lender back on the terms that they agreed upon. The only time the SBA comes up into play is if the borrower happens to default on the loan. Then the SBA pays back up to 85% of the balance of the loan. Okay, so that's how that program works. The good thing about this program is it helps small businesses, entrepreneurs, get the capital they need to either start or expand a business. So this is one of the best well-run programs in the United States, and it's really big in California. So that's one of our biggest programs. The other program we have, and this is something that is being heavily used right now, in especially like in the construction industry. There's a lot of different industries that are doing well, and this is the 504 loan program. This is predominantly to purchase buildings or property for your business. In this particular case, a CDC, Certified Development Company, is the organization that would put this program together, or they would coordinate it for the borrower. So in this case, the borrower would put in 10% into the program and to purchase either the building or property. SBA would put in 40%, and then a lender would put in 50%. And that would be to purchase the property or the building. Then the borrower would pay back the SBA on the 40% and the lender on the 50%. These loans go out to 25 years. And again, that's a very good program for a business if they're ready to purchase a building. And right now, interest rates can't be lower. So this is a really good time for a business to look into purchasing a building. So these are the three main loan programs that the SBA has that is still ongoing and has been ongoing. Carrie, did you want to add anything to this part right here about our loan program?
Thank you, David. Yes, just one clarification on those 7A loans. The SBA operates in the background as insurance for the lender. So if the borrower does default, as David mentioned, SBA comes into play at that point, and we actually will assist the lender by repaying the portion of the loan that they cannot, by liquidating assets of the business, get back for themselves. Now, from the borrower's perspective, that debt that remains is still out there, because when you participate in a federally guaranteed loan program, that is a federal debt that will stay with you. So although the bank is made whole on the portion that SBA has agreed to pay back, that is done to the benefit of the lender, and the borrower will need to ultimately pay that money back to the federal government. And they also will not be eligible for any other federal guarantee type programs on the books with the government until they get that debt paid. In terms of the 504 loan program, David's right. The rates are very good right now for small businesses, a little bit over 3% on that second position debenture that the agency will hold for that borrower. And the key is the borrower is only required to put down 10% for that commercial real estate purchase, rather than the typical 25 or 35 that a lender might require. In addition, that program has a job creation component. So for the 40% of the loan that the SBA holds, that borrower needs to create or retain one full-time equivalent employee for every $60,000 of that loan. It's a great program for them, because by occupying 55% of that building, they can then grow into the rest of it during the period of growth. They can also maybe sublet the part that they're not using. So it's a good opportunity for small businesses that are poised for growth. And due to some of the areas that have really grown during this pandemic crisis, this might be something that a small business could take advantage of. And you would want to either go to your current business banker to discuss that with them, or look on the SBA website for a certified development company that can help you with that second position note that SBA offers. Thank you, David.
All right, thank you, Carrie. And also, one of the best things, though, again, is the partnership we have with the SBDC Finance Center. Because what we do is, after we talk to an individual, a borrower, about these loan programs, and they no doubt have a lot of questions, we refer them to the SBDC Finance Center to get that in-depth help, to get them prepared and ready before they go to the lenders that are part of this program, okay? So anytime, if anybody's interested in any of these loans, let them know that they can get the assistance through the SBDC Finance Center or their local small business development center in their area. In later slides, we'll have how you can connect with them. Okay, so that's one of our programs that we have, and we're going to go to the next program. So the next one is our Resource Partners Network. And this, again, I like to say, is part of our educational program. So part of the SBA's mission is to educate entrepreneurs and small business owners on either starting a business or how to better manage and expand and grow their business. And there's several ways we do this. Number one, our SBA.gov website has a lot of good information on there, a lot of self-paced tutorials that an individual can take a look at, anytime during the day, or if you're having trouble sleeping at night, you can take a look at some of those self-paced classes and look at different things that of interest. But then we do have our resource partners, where SBA puts a lot of funding into these SBA Resource Partners Network, okay? The biggest one is our Small Business Development Center. Okay, so we have several small business development centers sprinkled throughout United States and throughout every state. They cover every county and throughout United States, okay? What they can do for you, again, is provide free business consulting services to help you either start or grow your business. And in various areas, like we said, they do a lot of times specialize in helping people prepare to apply for loans, but there's a lot of other areas they can help you with marketing strategies, bookkeeping type, webinars, business plan development, and so on. So there's a lot of good help through the SBDC program nationwide. And especially right now, a lot of good webinars, okay? So take a look at that. So that's one of our biggest programs that the SBA has in funds. The second one is the Women's Business Center. In Northern California, we happen to have two great women's business centers in our Northern California region. And that one is out of Sacramento. And the second one we have is in Mount Shasta area. So if you want to take a look at their webinars, again, a lot of the programs or the speakers are women speakers. So it's you know, just a really neat thing for women to connect and to see the different speakers and webinars that they have. So take a look at those webinars. Now here's the thing, men also are able to go to the Women's Business Center. It's open and equal to everyone. They also provide free business consulting services to all, okay? SCORE is our third network partner that we have, and SCORE, a little bit different. They are volunteers. So nationwide on score.org, a very good website nationwide. Again, a lot of good webinars that you can look at. They are volunteer mentors that help assist entrepreneurs and existing business owners better learn how to manage or expand their business or even start a business. So that's another thing you can take a look at that's available to you. And then lastly is our Veteran Business Outreach Center, which is we call the VBOC. Now, as the name pertains, it is only for veterans. So you do have to show proof that you were in the military and that you are veteran status or currently in the military. Okay, so those are the resources that we have. If you want to find the closest center to you, you can go to sba.gov under local assistance. And once there, you can put in your zip code. There's a drop down, and then you can select either the SBDC, Women's Business Center, SCORE, or the VBOC, all of them or just one, and click on search, and the nearest office will pop up in your area, okay? A lot of good resources there. And again, I encourage you to take a look at their websites to look at all the good webinars that are going on right now. Okay, so again, the SBA has put additional funding into the SBDC program to help them, to help small businesses apply for these economic relief programs. So the SBDC Finance Center that is hosting these webinars, they are the go-to place for small businesses to get assistance and help. If you happen to be a nonprofit, we do recommend that you go to the Women's Business Center because they also have received additional funds to help people apply for these economic relief disaster loans. Okay, so if you're a nonprofit, connect with your local Women's Business Center. If you're a for-profit, you can connect with the local Small Business Development Center for assistance. Okay, so our next area that the SBA has, and what's really interesting, we're getting a lot of uptick on individuals interested in learning about government contracting. So we're getting quite a number of calls. We have webinars, we have resource partners that help individuals learn how to get into government contracting. For example, the federal, which we're part of the federal, we're the world's largest customer buying all kinds of products and services. We're required by law to provide contract opportunities to small businesses. In our office, we have a specialist that can help evaluate your readiness and get you ready, prepared to get into federal contracting. If you want to learn more about this, you can visit sba.gov/contracting, and you can learn more about our programs. But here on this page right here is a look at different certifications that the SBA has for the federal government. For example, we have the 8A program. This is a 9-year business development program designed to assist socially and economically disadvantaged owned small businesses to compete in the federal marketplace. So that's one of our programs we have. It's a really good program. I see a lot of businesses do really well in this program. The next one we have is the Hub Zone. This is the historically underutilized business zone. The Hub Zones areas or designations are typically areas of low to medium household income and where there's high unemployment. Okay, so what this does, it gives a business that is in one of these areas a preference when they apply or when they put their proposal in for a federal contract that's out there. So again, it's another good program that's out there to help small businesses compete in the federal workplace. The other two we have is the Women-Owned Small Business Program that's sort of new, but it's picking up where a lot of people are getting certified in this, and it's helping a lot of small business. Women-Owned Small Business Program, and then also the Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Program. So those are the certifications in different programs that we have. But also, if you're just a normal small business, you also have a good opportunity to get a federal contract, because again, at least 23% of all these contracts that the government does, we're trying to get that into the hands of small businesses. Okay, so not only do we have these mandates, goals to reach, but we have free services to help you learn how to do this through SBA, but also through a partner of ours, and that's the PTAC, Procurement Technical Assistance Center. Unfortunately, we don't have a slide on that, but when you do talk with us or any of our resource partners, they are aware of the PTAC, which also provide free consulting and training on helping you learn how to get involved, not only with the federal government, but with the state, county, city, and even public entities in doing contracting. This is a good way to help your already existing business grow and do better in the marketplace. Bottom line, bring in more dollars into your business. Okay, we're almost through here. We do have additional updates and resources. Again, looking at other federal programs, the USDA has a lot of good programs for farmers out there. We work hand in hand with the USDA. They usually help farmers, agricultural type businesses. Even through our EIDL program, we are helping agriculture type businesses out there, but USDA also has a lot of good programs. The state of California, Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, GoBiz, also has a lot of good things going on. The state of California currently has a microloan program that is direct from the state of California. So you get direct loans straight from California, microloans. Again, to find out more about this, you can connect with the Small Business Development Center, SBDC Finance Center. They can help you connect with that resource. Other thing to be aware of, more than ever, anytime I've been working with the SBA about 25 years, I've never seen so many valid grants that are going on out there. Almost weekly, I'm seeing more and more grants. So please connect with your local SBDC Women's Business Center SCORE. Connect and get onto their newsletters, their email distributions, or the local city or county that you live in, because I am seeing grants that are out there to help small businesses. And at times, some of our SBDCs are the managing entity that handles those grants for that particular county. So take a look out there. There are grants that are available out there. One of the last things also that we are trying to let people be aware of is during this time, we are also seeing an uptick of frauds and schemes that are going on. For example, emails that are coming in, they want you to click on a link. Well, a lot of times you can get software, your computer can get attacked by bad software. You can get your personal information taken, and then a lot of times they use that to open up credit and this and that, apply for loans under your name. So just be very careful about different links or emails that you don't know who it came from. And even on your phone, if you get a text, if you don't know where it came from, I advise, maybe not open it or delete it, okay? So just be aware of that. I personally, myself, my wife, we put a freeze on our credit from Experian Equifax TransUnion. It's free, but by doing that, if anybody tries to get credit under our names, it won't happen. So, there's things you can do to protect yourself. Okay, so again, as Scott mentioned, there is a number for the SBA disaster. If you're interested or have questions about your EIDL loan, there's a 1-800-659-2955 number you can call, or you can email them at disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. Our particular office is the Sacramento District Office, and you can email us at sacramento_do@sba.gov. These slides will be made available to you. I did hand them over to the SBDC Finance Center, so they can send out these slides to you so you can connect with us. Okay, Carrie, before I hand it over, is there any other things you want to add?
Thank you, David. Yes, I would like to let everyone know that due to the magnitude of the COVID-19 emergency, we have had millions of small businesses applying for these disaster COVID relief loans. That portal has a lot of volume going through it. So please be patient. Once you put your application in, you will get an email with your application number, and it's going to take a while for you to hear back from us. So please be patient with that, and bear with the customer service 800 number as they're trying to answer your phone calls and your questions. We are working through those as quickly as we can for you, and we understand the difficulties that you're going through. That was what I'd like to add, David. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. And I hope Scott is going to be back pretty soon because we're through with our part. But again, I encourage all of you, if you have not been to your local SBDC Women's Business Center or SCORE, take a look at their website and look at the lot of good webinars that they're offering. Again, I thank you for your time, and we will be here for any questions that you may have. And Scott and Sunita, thank you. I'll give it back to you.
Just before you hand back, just let you know I've put a link to the download of that deck into the chat, so people can pick it up by clicking on the link I've just put in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, David. That was an awesome overview presentation of everything that SBA offers with technical assistance providers, contracts, loans, resources. So thank you very much. And thanks, Carrie, also for adding other things that SBA has going on. So thank you very much. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for SBA. So we appreciate their partnership and their resources and how available they are to us. We're not able to get back to you as fast as we can if without the support of SBA. So thank you very much, Carrie and David, to your team. You guys have been very helpful during this very trying time.
Well, Scott, again, it goes both ways. We thank you, the SBDC team, the network, for the good work you're doing, because, many times, if not almost every time, we are always referring people to the SBDC network and the rest of our network to get assistance and that in-depth help, because very knowledgeable consultants at those centers, and we thank you.
Definitely.
And I also thank you, David and Scott, very much. Also would like to let everyone know that to find out about all of the courses that the SBDC offers or the Women's Business Center offers or SCORE, you can go to sba.gov/ca/Sacramento, and you will find our district office website there that has all the courses that are webinars that are available to small businesses at no cost. And you can help your business in a variety of ways. Alan mentioned earlier one of a great webinar they held yesterday. Lots of different topics. Almost whatever you're interested in as a small business is on that calendar for you. So please do take a look at that link. And we're happy to stay here and answer questions if there's any out there in the question box for us to answer.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah. Sunita and I are gonna go through the questions. We had a chance to answer them as you two were speaking, but we thought we'd answer them live. So one of them is, did the state of California launch any new loan programs? I thought something was new was supposed to show up, and the answer is yes, Martin. There is a new California loan program that supposedly is supposed to launch next week. That's what we're hearing. We're on calls, a couple calls per week to launch this prematurely. Is a loan for all California businesses potentially up to $100,000. I'm not sure about the rate yet or the term, how many years, but it is potentially up to $100,000. This is from local CDFIs, Certified Development Financial Institutions, and potentially guaranteed by the state of California, IBank. So hopefully we'll find out more about that next week, Martin, and we will continue to update as we move along. Somebody's asking, are there grants available to purchase an existing business? I think an initial answer is no. There's grants to save your business or to prevent it from closing or to prevent it or to help it get through this tough time, but there's no grants to buy a business unless anybody else has any other idea about that. That'd be awesome if there was. It says, do you think there'll be additional funding for specific industries that have been impacted more than others? We have been shut down 100% since March. That's a great question, David. I don't have an answer for that. I don't think anybody has an answer for that, unless there was something that we put together on some sort of like industry specific push, but I haven't heard anything for certain industries.
So Scott, this is Carrie, and they have not completed the legislation work that the federal government is working on. So there's nothing at this time, but certainly if you reach out to your congressional representative and let them know your needs and your concerns at the legislative level, that's where they can address those type of specific industry assistance that might become available. But at this point, there's nothing that we have heard of.
Okay.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay. And then somebody's asking, are there any loans out there to purchase commercial real estate for small businesses with a very low interest rate, Sandy? Yeah, it depends. Interest rates are all relative. Some people may think that 5% is low. Some people may think that 3% is low or 6%. I guess it kind of all depends. But yeah, so what Carrie was talking about earlier, if you're going to buy a building, usually you can do a 504 loan, which you can have an SBA loan, which is really low right now in the 3s. And then you can have a bank loan, which the bank is dependent on how the bank wants to price it. But the banks can potentially go between like 3.5 and 5.5, somewhere around there. So your blended rate to buy a building could be very low. It could be like 4. Did you want to say something, Carrie?
I think you covered it fairly well, Scott. I would encourage the individual to come and speak with someone there at the Finance Center to kind of figure out what their situation is and how much down they have and what size of property they're looking for. That's where our best advice comes from, our SBDC Finance Center on those types of things. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Carrie. Says, I get mixed messages about applying for forgiveness of the PPP loan. Some say we should wait for Congress to come up with new laws. Some say we should apply now. What do you recommend? Well, Priska, it depends on you and your current business model and organization. So we're not the beholder of how you run and operate your company, and neither is SBA or Congress or your bank. So if it's best for you to apply now, then I would recommend to apply now. If you're okay to wait, then I would wait. But what you do need to know is that if you fill out the application, your bank submits it to SBA, SBA has 90 days to reply. And I haven't heard of any forgiveness being forgiven yet. So I'm assuming that everyone is waiting for Congress. We are not to get into anything political, but we are hoping that after the election, we will hear more direction. But at this time, Priska, it's up to you. If you want to apply, apply. Go to your lender and apply. If you're not sure how to do that, please call us at 833-ASK-SBDC and we can help you with that. But it is a very tricky question to answer. Linda's asking update on PPP forgiveness, please. I contacted my lender PayPal with no responses as of yet. I read that not a single payout has been forgiven as yet. Is it true? From what I know, Linda, it's true, but I'm also not from Congress or the Treasury's office, so I don't really know. And I'm not sure the people on like Carrie or David would know either, because we don't really get involved in the processing of the forgiveness. But Linda, I would recommend that, what would you recommend, Carrie, for her if she contacted PayPal several times and no response?
I would have her reach out to whatever district office she's working with if PayPal is not collecting that information. But to give you a little perspective, as Scott mentioned, the lender, when you submit that application to them, the lender has 60 days to go through the information that you submit in your forgiveness application. Once they do that, then they submit it to SBA, and SBA has an additional 90 days to review that information before the forgiveness decision is made. So at this point, with the forgiveness starting on August 8th, we haven't even reached the 60 days that the lenders are allowed to review those applications. And then you add, let's say they didn't do that until October 8th, then you add an additional 90 days, and that would continue for whenever you submit your information to your lender. The 60-day for the lender, 90 days for SBA after that. So I don't have specific information on whether any have been forgiven or not, but if you look at the calendar, you can see that we're very early in that process. As far as PayPal, if you're in our Sacramento district office, give us a call at 916-735-1700, and we can see if we can have someone assist you with that. They are a new lender to this SBA program, so they may be working out how they want to handle your forgiveness applications. A lot of lenders are taking different approaches, so that is up to the lender how they're going to accept those forgiveness applications. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Carrie. So that concludes our questions that we have. We'll stay on for a couple more minutes, see if anybody else has any questions in respect to SBA loans or CARES loans, not CARES, sorry, COVID or fire loans, and anything else that we can help you with. Unless all of you are now experts, like you don't at all, because David crushed it, told you everything about SBA. Are new businesses eligible for SBA loans? Yes. Amporn, yes. New businesses of all types, regardless, if it's not federally regulated or federally approved, it's not going to be approved. But for most new businesses can get an SBA backed guaranteed loan. So just reach out to us, Amporn. Just call us at 833-ASK-SBDC, and we can get you to somebody that can help you buy a new business or start your business. Oh yeah, a couple more. If we paid off our business just before COVID, can we refi now? We paid off our business just before COVID. If you're talking about your building, I don't know if you're talking about your building, Dottie. You paid off your business just before COVID, can you refi now? I mean, yeah, you can refi whenever you want. There's no rules on when you can refi and when you can't refi. I don't know what you mean by you paid off your business, unless you bought a business and you just paid it off. But yeah, you could take out money against your business or against real estate or whatever and use it for working capital. If you weren't able to get an EIDL or PPP or whatever other loans are in your area, then yeah, we can get you something for working capital. Can you talk a little more about the 504 loan? What are the requirements and the likelihood of a new business being approved? Courtney. It's a good question, Courtney. It's very open-ended. I'm working with a new business right now that wants to buy a building. It's very tricky and very hard to know exactly what kind of startup you're talking about. But yeah, if you have outside income and you don't have to count on the income of the new startup, then that also helps. Your credit score helps. Other collateral helps. So if you have a house with some extra equity, that also helps. The 504 loan is, the great thing about the 504 loan is that you only have to put 10% down. That's a great thing about it. I don't really know of anything that is a bad about the loan. The rates are exceptionally low right now. But the best thing about the loan is you only have to put 10% down. Startup or not startup, we are struggling to find lenders that are doing startup 504 loans right now. I'm struggling myself.
So Scott, just want to interject. Typically, that program is available to businesses that have been in business a couple of years because they want them to have that track record to continue to grow into the space, which is part of that job development equation. So generally, the 504 program isn't available for a startup business. As a general rule, if you have exceptional opportunity and growth, you may be able to discuss that with one of the certified development companies. But generally speaking, that isn't a loan that's done as a startup.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So what Carrie's talking about is if there was 100 transactions done with 504s, maybe 2 or 3 of them were for startups, the rest were for existing. That's what she's talking about. It's not as common. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means it's going to be a little bit harder to figure out for the lender to get it approved. Dottie said that she replied again, we had a business loan and paid it off just before COVID hit. So Dottie, you wouldn't be able to refinance the loan that you paid off because it's gone. But what you can do is get a new loan if you like, Dottie. We can help you get a new loan. So you can apply for with us. I mean, you can't apply with us, but you can call us at 833-ASK-SBDC. We can help you gather all your documents and your financials and help you kind of go find the best lender, whether it be a bank, a big bank, a little bank, a credit union, or a nonprofit lender. We can help you with that, Dottie. So please reach out. Amporn says, are startup businesses eligible for 7A? Yes, Amporn. A startup business is eligible for SBA. 7A. Most startup loans are 7A loans. Most business loans outside of real estate are 7A SBA guaranteed loans. So yes, Amporn. Idle payments are deferred for 1 year. However, the interest keeps accruing. Does that mean that there will be a balloon payment consisting of 12 months payments on the first month after 1 year, or the payments get carried month to month. So, Anil, the interest will accrue for the first 11 months, and then your first payment is due on the 12th month. That interest will go on the back of the loan, and then it'll just be amortized over your monthly payments. You will not have to pay 11 months of payments on the 12th month. The payments don't accrue, the interest accrues. So $100,000 at 3.75%, essentially you'd pay $37.50 of interest. The first 11 months of that $37.50 would go on the back end of your loan, and they would amortize it over that. That's how it kind of works, Anil. But if you have specific questions, please call us and we can chat about your specific loan and figure it out.
And Anil, if you or any of your clients can start paying before the 11th month, that is fine too. You would just call the servicing center and they would be able to help you do that, get you that information.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you very much, David Castaneda and Carrie, for talking about SBA, your loans, your programs. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alan, for going over the webinars and putting this one together. Thank you, Sunita, for putting this together with SBA, helping with the questions. And thank you for all of you who attended. If you didn't attend, we wouldn't have webinars. So thank you for attending and trying to save your businesses or take it to the next level or possibly start. We're here for you for any transaction that you need at no cost. So thank you very much, and we'll see you October 7th.
All right, thank you all. Bye-bye.
Keep safe, everybody.